Smiley.
Praise the Lord. God's going to save you, brother. Okay.
Jorge from Union City,
Okay.
New Jersey. With you obviously being number one, who would you rank, similar question, who would you rank in order from 2 through 5 as the best 5 Intercontinental Champions of all time? So 2 through 5, who would you put in there?
I definitely would put, I'd put Rick Rude up there, right there with me, simply because there was not another person, nobody Rick was a true professional. He lived and breathed his matches. He lived and breathed his career. And he went on to take the Ultimate Warrior and was able to take what I did, 5-minute matches, 8-minute matches, and stretch those matches out to 15, 20, 25 minutes that you saw at one of the SummerSlams or one of the Survivors or pay-per-views, and it was fantastic. And to me, Rick Rude, because of what he accomplished with that, puts him right up there. Shawn was a great champion. So was Brett. I mean, there's been so many. You know, it's hard to say who was. Will anybody ever break the 15-month record? The way they do things now, probably not. Probably not.
Brent Crawley says, Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, held the IC title longer than any other wrestler in the 90s. He went through 150 straight matches undefeated. How do you feel about the push he received when entering the WWE/WWF? That's number one. And also, how would you compare the push he had as an IC champion to the push you received as an IC champion, both being long-standing heels? Okay, first, how about his run? What do you think?
I thought he got the push a little early. I spent a year and a half toiling through matches with Lanny Poffo and S.D. Jones, and toward the end Pedro Morales, who was a fucking asshole prick who didn't want to do anything, and they should have just said, look, if you don't want to do it, Pedro, just go home. And then Tony Gurria, and you know, shit like that. Hennig, I went into a program after the Warrior with Superfly Snuka, and for the next 6 months I toured the country and built Superfly up. He wins a match, and they were getting him ready for Perfect, who then goes out and destroys Superfly because they want to pay Superfly back for all the bad shit he had done. So fuck him. Anyway, back to Mr. Perfect. He was not a bad champion, but I don't think he ever. I think he wanted to be the world's champion. I thought he had this ego about him that he wanted, since he was the AWA grandfathered in world's champion, that he should be the world's champion in the WWF. And honestly, he was not that great of a worker in the ring to be a world's champion. He was a good IC champion, I suppose, but he never worked on top of the belt. I don't know that Mr. Perfect was ever main event at Madison Square Garden, Boston, Chicago, Detroit, LA, Miami, San Francisco, Seattle, Calgary, Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal. I mean, the list goes on and on. And Kevin Nash said something one time, that sorry motherfucker. I'd shove this fucking thing right up his fucking cocksucking ass. He says one time, I was not a great champion. Hey Nash, what you motherfucker, you couldn't even sell the garden out and you were the world's champion. I sold the fucking garden out 8 fucking times. 8 times is not a lot. Bruno sold it out a whole bunch more, so did Hogan. How many times you sell a garden out, Nash? How many fucking times did you sell out Boston, Chicago, Detroit, Montreal, Toronto, Miami, San Francisco, San Diego, LA? How many fucking times? Hard places to sell out, Salt Lake City.
What's the source of
Denver, Colorado. None, not a fucking time. I will put my record, I'll put my gate receipts against your lazy ass any fucking day of the week. Fuck you.
What's the source of that heat? Was there ever a personal exchange?
I never even met the fucking guy. I never even saw him. He done some shit on the internet. He was defending Ric Flair or Jeff Jarrett or somebody. I don't know whose dick he was sucking.
All right. Brent had another question. Why do you feel you were never given the opportunity to compete for the WWF title after holding the IC title as long as you did? That
was never part of the deal with myself and Vince McMahon. It was never. He said he would like to see me in matches against Hogan. He thought it would be good business and we could do this and it would be great. And it just, once I got into the Intercontinental thing, then I didn't get any kind of a run with Hogan. Now, I look back on it and I say, how would it have played out if I'd have had my 6 months like Akeem or One Man Gang or Rude or Dino Bravo or Andre or Savage had fucking 2 years with Hogan, either with his partner or against him, and then DiBiase, and the list goes on and on. Those matches with Hogan, I'm going to tell you right now, they paid $10, $12, $15, $20,000 a fucking night.
And that's for house shows you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm not even talking pay-per-views. It paid probably $300,000, $400,000. I mean, the money for Austin to say he drew more money than Hulk Hogan. I don't know what fucking books you were cooking, brother, but I'm gonna tell you, you are not even in that fucking category. You're not even near that shit he was making. This guy, God damn it, give me a drink. This fucking guy, if you worked against him, we did 9 shows a week. Twice on Saturday, twice on Sunday. How many is that? You got your 5, that's not 9 shows. Okay, so if you're making $10,000 a match, that's 90 grand, 100 grand a week. You got 6 months of that or a year of that. You guys do the math. I mean, I can't do it. Now, if we're making $10,000 a match, Hogan's making 13% of the gross. So if the Garden is doing $300,000, he gets 13%.
Was that the deal?
Yeah, the champion got 13%.
Oh, okay.
You guys do the math. I can't do it. It's too fucking much for me. We're talking about, okay, so now his merchandise. We're talking 8-10 million a year just to wrestle. We're talking about 8 or 10. Nobody sold more merchandise. I don't give a shit about Austin 316. Austin, you weren't in the catalog. The only way you could get a Hogan t-shirt, you had to go to the building and buy a ticket, or you ordered it through the catalog. You couldn't go to Walmart, Kmart, Circle fucking K, and get a goddamn Hogan t-shirt. It just wasn't possible. Well, I sold more shirts than him. Brother, what fucking planet are you living on? You didn't do dog shit compared to this guy. You're out there trying to hammer out a living in Hollywood. Hogan's got a reality show. His fucking kids are making $150,000 per episode. What do you think he's making? Nobody compares. Nobody. Anybody who says they did better than Hogan's full of shit. I don't know. I probably missed a question. I mean, fuck it.
No, that's fine. He asked you why you don't think you were given the opportunity to compete.
Well, I got over, and here's the thing with bad news. We'll go back to bad news real quick because that's a good question he brought up. Bad News was promised the world's title, the first black champion in WWF history, and Vince fucked him, and that's Bad News went nuts. He went fucking nuts.
They told Allen that he was going to go over Hogan.
He was going to be the first black. Well, it wasn't whether he's going to go over Hogan, but they were going to put the belt on him. Which I thought, as a piece of business, to have this guy standing there with a black glove, and Allen was a good, solid worker, good. I mean, just first class gentleman. He was everything. He was a great guy. Somebody said, "Does Honky Tonk Man like anybody in the business?" Well, Bad News Allen's a great guy. He should have gotten that belt because, as a black power character, it would have been so good. It would have been so great. They wouldn't have had to spend. They spent hundreds of thousands of dollars to jockey the Warrior into that position to win that belt. They would not have had to spend one fucking nickel other than a couple of interview segments like we're doing right now, and Bad News win that belt and be probably one of the greatest historical black champions of all time. And here I am, a Southern guy, talking about helping out a black man. But it had nothing to do with it. Because when I was with Bad News, and when I looked at him, and I talked to him, and I saw his family, and my family visited with him, there's no color barrier. There really is no color barrier in the wrestling business. I don't care how some of these guys try to play it up. It's not there. I've never seen it, ever.
Okay. David Hayes sent us this comment about the IC belt.
Hello, Mr. Honky. Man, Mr. Man.
He's already got 8 with me.
International B-movie superstar David Hayes here, and I've got a question for you. Being the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time,
What do you think about fans who go to the conventions or the matches, who dress up like the wrestlers or carry fake belts around with them? Jerry in Indiana.
I have seen, I'm telling you, I have seen so much shit, but you have to go, and if you ever go to one, if they ever tour again, the Kiss concert. Every motherfucker out there dresses like Kiss. I mean, it's like, I love Gene Simmons, so I'm going to dress like him, and I'm going to even get a fake tongue if I can, and try to fuck 14,000 women if I can, but most of these guys can't, like Simmons did. But it's the same thing. I saw one guy that he was, I forget the town, this son of a bitch, he weighed at like 90 pounds. He looked like a porn star that had AIDS. But he wore the Hogan t-shirt, he had the Hogan hair, he had the Hogan mustache, the headband, and he would, oh yeah brother, oh yeah brother. But they're fans, you know, we gotta love something. Look at NASCAR. If you want some fucked up fans, all you gotta do is watch that shit. I mean, but hey, you know, it's their thing, you know, it's what they do. I mean, I'm not gonna go, I saw a kid just today. And he's got all this insane clown posse fucking tattoos all over him. Like, what happens when those guys aren't insane clown posse anymore? One time there was a guy who owned a video store in Minneapolis. It was, I forget the name of it. Now they've changed the name of it to Family Video, I think. It was something else before. But anyway, he comes over one night and he goes, hey, look, I got this WWF tattoo. And it was the old yellow logo when they had it for a short time. I said, guess what? They're changing the logo to a scratch logo. You're fucked.
Yeah, it's dating yourself if you're going to put ink on yourself like that. That's for sure. Honky Tonk Man, what was your biggest payday from the Scab in Perth, Australia? Biggest payday. Let me guess.
Okay, go ahead.
WrestleMania 4.
Nah, not even close.
No?
Nah. The WrestleMania's only paid Hogan and whoever Hogan worked with, and then whoever worked underneath Hogan and that, and then whoever they wanted to pay. 22,000, 13 seconds, Ultimate Warrior, SummerSlam.
SummerSlam. We'll get into that in just a minute.
Well, you're not supposed to talk about money.
Yeah, we'll edit that out. Wink, wink.
WrestleMania 3, I was very, very, very disappointed. 93,000 people that paid. I understand Jake made 30,000. I made 12.
30 and 12.
Yeah, I understand that on the WrestleMania where Piper painted himself half white, half black in the street fight with Bad News. Bad News goes to him and says, I want to know what you got paid. And Piper says, well, he said, I'm going to ask you one more fucking time, and I'm going to shove my foot up your little bony ass, Piper. What'd you get paid? Piper said 50 grand. Allen got 10 grand. Piper got 50. Same fucking match, same guy, same amount of time to promo the match, to do all the setup shit. 50 and 10. Bad News went after McMahon.
That's what I heard, yeah.
Yes. True story.
Honky.
Did you just hear my knee crack?
Yeah.
Holy
It's
fuck.
happening to me too. I'm getting up there. Honky, what was up with the suspender gimmick when you first dropped?
I have no fucking idea. Go ahead and finish it.
No, that was yours when you came in?
No, it
Rhonda.
wasn't mine. That was a Vince McMahon fucking creative. He had just started where he had the people somewhere in Stamford, Connecticut. He I don't know, some fag place or something. I don't know where it was. Nothing against you fags, but everybody ought to have one every now and again for a blowjob. Some place there in Stamford, he was having costumes done. Now he has the costumes done. There was a couple of rats from somewhere in Illinois or Ohio or somewhere. They came in and started doing it because they were fucking Marty Jannetty and Shawn Michaels. They can't deny it. Sue me if you want. There ain't a fucking thing you can do about it because you know it's true. You're going to have to prove it didn't happen. Marty ain't going to do nothing about it because he didn't care. He loved the fucking. Anyway, they came in and they got the job doing the costumes. And now, in fact, I don't know. Maybe they're still there. I don't know. The last time I was there, they were still there. Yeah, both of them were, I think. They added a third one. I don't know what she does. Maybe a lesbian shower scene or something. But they had a place in Stanford.
For Howard Finkel's video
Yeah, for Howard Finkel's videos. So I go there, and they come and they bring me this fucking costume. It's about $2,000. And it's these fucking shitty ass. I mean, it was bad. It only lasted like one match.
Yeah.
And they had to redo it. It was like $2,000. So I go to Jake Roberts. He said, are they designing that shit for you? I said, yeah. He said, man, fuck that. Do not let them do it. I said, why? He says, because they put me in these snakeskin boots, charged me $7,000.
So wait, they make you buy them?
Oh yeah, they took it out of your check.
Federation?
Oh yeah. Oh shit, are you kidding me? Hey, nothing for free, brother.
Yeah, but that's the costume they're giving you. Bruce Willis doesn't have to buy his T-shirt.
They took it out of your fucking check.
Wow.
Yeah, I said, fuck this. I went to the old K&H stuff with the Honky Tonk Man with the guitars and things like that. Fuck.
Wow, that's something. If anyone doesn't know, it was the suspender outfit with these like
It was
electric
horrible,
blue tights,
horrible.
which were
They
low cut.
They were like
a
a teal green and a pink. The design meant nothing. The design looked like French Canadian shit, and it had two purple or something dark purple straps on it. It was hard. I mean, you bring a guy in, and they brought me in as a good guy, and you want me to get over with a costume like that? I mean, people are gonna shit on you right away. Oh fuck! Look! Oh bullshit! Look at that shit. But if they put you in blue, if they put you in baby blue, you're finished. Ask Dino Bravo, ask Don Morocco, ask Greg Valentine. If they put you in baby blue trunks, you're on the way out. I don't know what it has to do with it. Baby blue means bye-bye. Don Morocco was always in black, right or wrong.
Yeah.
All you guys out there, all you fans, girls and guys, you know, I'd like to make this family show for the young kids and everything, but you kids listen to your mom and dad. They curse like a motherfucker. You know, they're always calling you, you fucking that fucking asshole. My daughter says, Dad, bad language. I said, yeah, I know it's bad fucking, bad language, Dad. But goddamn, he's a fucking asshole. She said, Dad, you're a racist. I said, no, I treat everybody equal. I call them all a fucking cocksucker, a Jew, a fucking nip, a chink, a fucking German, a fucking Englishman. Fuck them all. Spics, Puerto Ricans. Where was it?
We covered them all, I think.
Okay,
I think.
I treat them all equal.
You were talking about the Don Morocco, always traditional.
Don Morocco was always traditional black. When they switched him to blue, bye-bye.
That is true.
They switched
Absolutely.
Valentine to blue, bye-bye.
You're right. Dino Bravo came in with the red with the Canadian flag, then they switched him to the light blue.
Bye-bye.
And dyed his hair blonde. Yeah. Remember that? This is actually a question that wasn't signed, but it's a good one, and I wanted to put it in because it's one I wondered about. You came out to a song. All right, the very first theme song
I do
you
not
had
know
with
it.
WWF.
I
Okay.
do not know that fucking song. I've been asked that. One of my friends works for the Milwaukee Brewers at in the media relations and PR department, and he's asked me that, and he's tried to find it. He couldn't find it. I don't have a clue what that fucking song was.
And they wanted to know if it was you singing, and I take
No,
the
it was
answer
not me.
no.
No, it was not me singing. I didn't start singing the song until I got with Jimmy Hart, and Jimmy Hart wrote the song that the long side burns and my hair's licked back.
Right,
to
the
your
album,
town in a pink Cadillac.
Alrighty.
Bubblegum music. Jimmy wrote bubblegum music. He did the honky tonk man. He's a honky tonk man. Just a honky tonk man. He's a honky tonk man. Bubblegum shit. It was good stuff though. I mean, it was great stuff. People now they tell me, they say, you know, before you got to town this weekend, we were listening to your song. And we can't get it out of our head. We've been singing that damn thing for 2 weeks now. But it's one of those catchy tunes, and he did Girls in Cars for
Strike
Force,
yeah.
and you're good at this.
Yeah, that's my era. That was all off that
You might have a job in the office.
Pile Driver album. I don't know if that's a compliment or a slam. Let's move on.